Greetings, intuitive, creative, evasive Pisces. My name is Eliane Nicole. I'm your astrologer and tarot card reader. And now I'm going to do the 2020 overview of June 2020 overview for Pisces. And I'm going to do a tarot reading. And then in the second half, I'm going to talk about the astrological planetary transits. So definitely stick around for that. And I recommend that you watch the videos for your sun, moon, and rising sign to get the fullest scope of what you might expect in June. If you don't know your sun, moon, and rising, definitely contact me to have your chart read. Everyone should have their chart read by a real astrologer at least once in life. It's a fantastic tool for self-awareness and self-discovery. So as we enter the month of June, Pisces, we see the Two of Wands reversed. So it looks like there's a partnership that maybe isn't working out. It could mean just not seeing eye to eye with a partner. It could just be temporary. Sometimes it has to do with an actual breaking of a partnership, though. And covered by the sun reverse. So for some, this could be something that used to be fun, isn't fun anymore. It could be something that there was fun that you were hoping to do that can't be done now. It could also just be a general feeling of darkness or gloom or depression. You were crossed by the Four of Pentacles. So it looks like financial situations, investments, savings, things like that are big themes for Pisces in the month of June. It looks like you are being conservative, playing it safe, not taking risks, cautious, prudent. The basis of the situation. This is the Eight of Wands reversed. This is about cancellation of travel plans, possibly. In general, it's about slowing down, delays, cancellations, postponements, not doing as many activities. What's leaving is the Ace of Swords. This is a feeling of defeat, possibly. What could come into being is the Nine of Swords. So this is around the 13th through the 15th. You might be feeling like your hands are tied in a situation. This could be, the swords represent the element of air, so they correspond to thoughts sometimes. So you could just be anxious, tied up in your own head and your thoughts. What will come into being, so this is the world reversed, and basically it's just showing that this could be delays in overseas travel plans, blocks or delays in overseas travel plans, or it could be blocks or delays in your vision coming to life. It could just generally be that you feel like things aren't going your way. Usually when this card comes up, it means that your vision will come to life, but it's not happening in exactly the way that you expected. And fears or insecurities, this could be around an issue with your partner. It could be not seeing eye to eye with your lover. It could be around actual sex. Or if you are single, it could be that you have fears or insecurities regarding attracting a partnership, or with the idea that you're single at this time. And others see you as the devil reversed. So this has to do with coming out of a situation of bondage. Your positive feelings are judgment. It looks like there will, this is about karma, and it looks like, things are coming to a head. A situation that you've maybe planted the seeds with and, put some time into, you will be reaping the rewards of around the end of the month. And then the outcome is the Four of Cups reversed. So it looks like at the end of June, Pisces, you are launching a new hope or desire. And that is the tarot overview for Pisces for the month of June. And now I'm going to talk a little bit about the planetary transits. On June 2nd, the asteroid Pallas Athene is retrograding into Capricorn. And in general, this is going to be about re-strategizing around friends, business associates, groups, and organizations. This will be happening over the rest of the month. June 3rd, Vesta is entering Cancer, the asteroid Vesta, and this is going to be a real devotion for Pisces to children. If you have children, it can also be creative projects. If you don't have children, it can be also around fun, games, hobbies, short affairs, any of those kinds of things. It can be the concept of joy in general that you're devoting yourself to come June 3rd for the rest of the month. This is about keeping your inner flame alive, your spiritual, your connection to source alive. June 5th is the full moon lunar eclipse, and that is happening in Sagittarius. Lunar eclipses are very powerful turning points, and lunar eclipses often illuminate the shadow in ourselves or in others around us. It can be very shocking when this happens. In general, lunar eclipses are about culminations, they're about endings, they're about releasing, they're about letting go. So wherever that they are in our chart, that's usually an area where we're releasing, letting go. So if you're interested in knowing where that's happening, definitely contact me for a reading so we can do your chart. In general for Pisces, this is happening in the 10th house of career and attainment. And for those who don't have a career, it can be more about vocation or your calling in life. Or for some, it's around the father as well. So June 18th, after the second half of the month, Mercury is going retrograde in the sign of Cancer. Cancer is a very emotional sign. Cancer is a very sensitive sign. Cancer can be a very insecure sign, a very protective sign. So any of those kinds of communication issues can be happening during Mercury retrograde in Cancer. If you want to know what area of your life that will be happening for you, contact me so we can look at your personal chart. But in general for Pisces, it's looking like that will be happening in the area of children, in the area of games, fun, hobbies, short affairs. So, there's always a scale of meanings for any of these aspects, for any of these houses, for any of these movements. And so that's why working one-on-one with a real reader is the best, because the reader has the ability to tune in where on the scale you fall. But I'm going to keep going. June 20th, the sun enters Cancer, where it will be through all of Cancer season. Contact your Cancer friends, tell them happy birthday, send them a little gift. Cancer season in general for Pisces tends to highlight those fifth house areas. Cancer is trying to Pisces, so it's flowing energy. But fifth house areas, again, children, romance, short affairs, creative projects, fun, games, hobbies. Let's see, the new moon, an annular solar eclipse, that's a turning point, that's a new start, a shake into a new start oftentimes when it's the solar eclipse. And again, this is the fifth house. It's a very prominent house for Pisces in June. And new moons are great times to set intentions, to plant the seeds that you want to manifest in the very cosmic and fertile soil that the new moons offer. And Cancer themes to set intentions around, that could be around the mother, it could be around the home, it could be around the breasts, it can be around the land, it can be around mysticism, it can be around your moods. Any of these things are Cancerian themes. And and because it's happening in that fifth house, it could be around those issues, around your children, around an affair or romance, around any of these areas, having more fun, whatever it is you're trying to manifest in your life. And June 23rd, Neptune goes retrograde in Pisces. This is in your sign, Pisces. And so I think it's really important for Pisces to get a reading at this time, because at some point the retrograde may be hitting your sun, and we should look at this because Neptune is powerful. It creates vision and idealism and spiritual connection, but a lot of times it can dissolve things in your life. It can undo things in your life. It can create a fogginess in the area that it's traveling through. And for Pisces in general, this is in the house of identity, personality, personal appearance. So it's a good time to get a reading and look at these things and see if it's hitting any of your personal planets, because the shadow side of Neptune, although it's this very lofty, aspirational, very spiritual, otherworldly energy, the shadow side can be escapism, it can be addiction, it can be illusion, it can be fantasy. So it's important to be aware of how this Neptunian energy is traveling through your chart so you can use it the best. And it's in your sign, Pisces, so you're particularly sensitive to it. And on June 25th, Venus goes direct in Gemini. Venus will be retrograde for the first 3 months of June. So during that retrograde period, Venus is relationships, Venus is attraction, Venus is beauty, Venus can also be money. Mostly with relationships, a lot of communication issues in relationships, talking and writing, and with your partner in romance, it can be reminiscing about old times. A lot of nostalgia in general comes up for people during Venus retrograde. So it could be reminiscing about old times with friends, reminiscing about old times with your partner. The shadow side is that old communication issues can come up to be resolved, but it's not really a shadow, because then there's an opportunity to resolve them once and for all and have a new direction when Venus goes direct. Other things, it can be creative block for writers. For artists, there's two sides to it, because for artists, there could be a block with trying to start new material, but it can be very creatively fruitful for bringing out old material and reviewing it and working on it again. And then let's see what else. For money, they say don't make a big expenditure during that time, because any big ticket items you could regret, buyer's remorse when it goes direct, things like that. Don't get cosmetic surgery, they say. Don't do any drastic changes to your physical appearance during Venus retrograde. You may crave to do that during Venus retrograde, but then when Venus goes direct, you'll probably wish that you hadn't. So those are all kind of Venus retrograde kinds of things. And I may have left some out, so contact me for a reading if you want to know specifically how it will travel through your chart, what area it's likely to affect in your life. June 27th, at the end of the month, Mars enters Aries. And so collectively, there's going to be a jolt of energy. People are going to be feeling very driven, very feisty, very passionate. It's going to incite a very pioneering spirit. There will be new starts and new beginnings. So all of that stuff is happening while Mars is in Aries, and that's going to carry forward into July. June 30th, Jupiter is forming a conjunction with Pluto. This is a very important aspect, because this aspect was exact April 4th already. It's going to form an exact 3 times this year. This June 30th is the second exact. Collectively, April 4th, there was a big surge in the virus going on during this time. Jupiter is expansion, Pluto is death and destruction. So it can be that. I don't want to scare people. I want people to be mindful, to take care of themselves, to protect themselves, because we will be under the same planetary aspect. Again, June 30th. Now, Jupiter conjunct Pluto is not all bad. There's the collective experience, yes, that we are going through, but there's also the individual ways that it manifests in our chart. And that all depends on how it affects our personal planets and what house it's moving through in our chart. And in general, for Pisces, that conjunction is happening in the 11th house, which is the house of friends, business associates, groups, organizations. It can be the masses, social causes, things like that. However, it could mean expansion of transformation in that area of your life. It could mean a powerful person is coming into that area of your life to help expand. It could mean that a yeah, you could make a very powerful business contact at this time. You could also, for people who have money and power already, it's a great time to expand your money and power during this time. And, you know, so there are good uses of that energy depending on your own chart. And yeah, I guess that's it for now. If you liked this video, give me a like. If you didn't like it, give me the thumbs down, but I hope you liked it. Please follow me on Instagram at astrology.tarot.Eliane Nicole. And please subscribe to my channel. Please share this with other Pisces. And, you know, definitely contact me for a reading. I look forward to reading for you soon. Thank you, Pisces.